Coaching is a scam, and let me tell you why. Public coaching is something that started off as innocent. Mobile fire guides, YouTube videos, and just tips from your friends while you played. But recently, it has become something much more lucrative, predatory, and toxic, taking advantage of the naiveness of players for profit. I want to make it clear that I'll be discussing coaches who release content for money or receive payment for services such as VOD reviews, 1v1s, tier lists, Patreons, and etc. Coaching is a process to help players improve in an accelerated fashion. Many people focus on their gameplay first and expect the coach to give specifics on how a player could play better. This is the first problem with coaching. Coaches who are focused on giving criticism or pointing out mistakes in game simply do not work. Issues in gameplay are derived from inaccurate thought processes and misconceptions about the game. Pointing out a player's mistakes in game clutters their minds and encourages a player to distract themselves, constantly looking for mistakes in their gameplay, their teammates, and the enemies. That's not to say that gameplay shouldn't be mentioned, as looking at a player's gameplay can show good habits and bad habits regarding their games. A coach should attempt to make a teaching lesson out of the game and set up an overall objective that the player can work towards. Currently, coaches focus on every minute detail, almost as if they need to convince the player that they are playing the game wrong before they can help them. This often leads to the client becoming frustrated with their play and becoming demotivated or hypermotivated to play and improve. In either case, the coach is encouraging a toxic and unhealthy approach to the game with the feedback. Players do not improve when a coach points out a mistake, but they can improve when a new idea or new approach is suggested to them. Gameplay should be a red flag, but you can't fix issues in gameplay until you establish the root of the issue and attempt to fix it there. The environment of the player, layers of critical thinking, and mentality of the player are all some common examples of the root of the issue. A good example of this is the elementary school system. When you're a child, you are first taught how to learn rather than abstract and advanced topics that you'll learn later on. They focus on laying the groundwork for critical thinking when you're a child. Critical thinking is the primary tool that you'll utilize for the rest of your life and your academic career. You can give a man a fish, but the next time he's hungry, he will have to pay for another coaching session. Currently, coaches teach players what they want to hear as opposed to what they need to hear. You will not get better at the game by being told your mistakes in a VOD review. It takes hard work, focus, dedication, natural talent, and a clear mind to get better at League. Players who struggle with these end up searching for coaching, and as a consequence adopt cyclical thinking and toxicity. Cyclical thinking is the concept that all thoughts and actions that you are taking currently will eventually lead back to themselves. You may have friends who are desperate to improve but never seem to improve no matter how much time they put into it, finding themselves in the same place, the same cycle that they were weeks ago. The client will watch VODs, get VOD reviews, 1v1, have verbal sessions, watch YouTube videos, and pay for all of this and content while seeing minimal or no improvement. This is a definition of scamming. The reason why coaching is a scam is because it traps these players in a honeypot of repeatedly paying for coaching, convinced it's the only way out, the only way that they can possibly get better. Bad coaches and content creators take advantage of this, exploiting the system for monetary gain and a greater influence. A good environment is much more efficacious than informing the player of a single mistake. A good coach should be able to create a good environment for learning, as opposed to giving them the knowledge. When a player is able to reach the answer by themselves, they learn much more from it. Imagine paying for a personal trainer so you can get in shape. A trainer can give you a diet and exercise routine that can help you. They'll hold you accountable to show up on any given day. However, the moment that you stop paying them, they will not hold you accountable to stick to the diet or the exercise routine. And you may even maintain that same diet and routine, even if other diets and routines may be better for you because you never understood what makes a healthy diet and routine. You'll have to maintain it through complications like injury, depression, fear of failure, and demotivation and lack of success, all by yourself. People often counter the argument that coaching is a scam by referencing the various successes in coaching. But looking at anecdotal and statistical evidence, coaches and their clients do not find success the majority of times. To be blunt, the coaching successes are really the outliers, but it's still worth considering why they do succeed. In my opinion, the success stems from the same reason that one-tricking succeeds. If you learn to play Heimerdinger, you will climb. If you learn to play Malphite, you will climb. If you learn how to play like Rat IRL and do it with a Yuumi, you will climb. You'll first learn how to pilot a champion, then what its weaknesses are, and how to overcome those weaknesses, and eventually you will learn how to win a game consistently. The process of one-tricking leads you to success by forcing you into the steps of critical thinking. This is the same reason why I believe a small minority of people succeed after being coached. If they follow the words of the coach to the T and adhere strictly to the dogma of the coach, they will be forced to learn critical thinking. Despite the success of some, this isn't realistically a counterargument to the idea that coaching is a scam. It requires a large investment of time and money, and this can all be replicated by watching a high elo player play and emulating their play style. A good example is Dopa, and his VODs are always free. Despite all the negatives surrounding coaching, I do believe that coaches do have the best intentions. Currently, the coaching scene is just a joke, though. It's an echo chamber built to amplify the ego, resume, and wallets of those inside of it. This is meant to be constructive criticism and a call for everybody to be better. That being said, if you have any thoughts or feedback, you can always contact me in the comments or on Twitter and Discord, both of which will be below in the description. If you enjoyed the gameplay or the video, please let me know, and if you want to drop by and say hi, my Twitch will also be below, where I'll be playing solo queue. Thanks, and have a great day.